Auto bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a home and auto bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliate.
Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. This is Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy. But with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune into Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Across Native communities, tradition and connection guide every step. Make voting a tradition, or MVAT, celebrates that spirit, helping generations come together to shape the future of Native communities. MVAT has empowered Native American communities by bringing friends and families together to talk about important issues and sharing helpful information about how and where to vote. By learning from each other and leaning on trusted relationships, MVAT helps Native communities feel confident in voting and making their choices heard. Voting is more than a right. It's a way to protect the needs of your community and have a say in the future. MVAT has been helping Native communities across the state for 9 years, creating stronger, more engaged communities every election. Vote together, stand together. Explore a fact sheet that explains some of the elected offices on the ballot and why they matter to you, your family, and your community at makevotingatradition.org. That's makevotingatradition.org.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 43. Then Tuesday, another chance of rain with a high of 47. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has the best roast beef sandwiches in the Twin Cities, but don't miss their other fabulous offerings like Philly steak, brisket, fish, and more. Maverick's is located in Roseville on Lexington Avenue, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Check them out at mavericksbeef.com.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway?
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, we got an awesome show, as always. So going to start out with Wendy Pilot here, co-host, and then later on, Dr. Stately, and then we're going to play a speech in its entirety of Dr. Kate Bean at the No Kings rally. But I just wanted to get a quick report. Wendy and I were at the No Kings rally in downtown Minneapolis, and what a great time. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live or YouTube or any of the social medias, you can see Wendy has turned into a frog with a resist arm up and a Nobel Peace Prize around her neck.
You know, when I saw that frog, the Portland Portland frog,
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And the frog is standing in front of the ICE agents and he's like moving back and forth suggestively.
Oh.
And then the whole thing just blew up on social media. You know, this frog is everywhere, holding his arm up, you know, resist. I saw one, a frog that had the Nobel Peace Prize around its neck. So I said, okay, I'm going to paint the frog with his arm up and I'm going to put resist. And you guys out there can check it out. It's pretty big. It goes down lower, but we couldn't get it in the shot. But this says it all right here, you know.
Absolutely.
I was really happy to paint it. And Robert, I also painted you a sign that said too many issues for one sign.
I love that.
On a sign. A lot of people like that. So we were in, like Robert said, we were in downtown Minneapolis, and the count, news agents are saying 100 to 150,000 people were there.
I believe
and it was just, I have to just say, incredible. There were amazing speakers. Like you said, Kate Bean, you're going to play her.
Yep, Dr. Bean.
Yep.
Hey, Wendy, one of the things you posted a bunch of signs up, and one of my favorites were, if there's any Justin, Big Beautiful Bill will be the name of Trump's cellmate. That was one of my old Bill. Yeah,
that is
Big and Beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah. And it was really amazing to just see the masses that showed up all over the country, in every single state.
All over the world.
All over the world. Yes. London, Paris.
Yeah.
Japan had an amazing.
Yeah.
South Korea had an amazing one also. I mean, they know what could happen.
They see what's happening here better than a lot of our 30% mega relatives that are floating around here. You know,
there's a couple of people who I know who are Democrats, and they're on our side, and some of their comments were kind of upset me a little bit, because they were like, this is just a waste of time. You're wasting your time. He's still going to be the president. He's still going to do all the stupid, you know, stuff in Washington, and, you know, just, it's a waste of time. And I just want to respond to that and say, you know, being out there with 100,000 plus people who are like-minded, in a good mood, who are, you know, exercising our free speech right while we still have it. We're there in solidarity. We're there together. There's music, there's speakers. I just looked around and I just said to myself, you know, these people out here haven't lost their minds like the rest of the people out there.
Yeah.
They haven't lost their minds, you know. So we were around that many people who haven't lost their minds. And you know what? I came home after the No Kings protest. I felt hopeful.
Yes.
Like, I haven't felt hopeful, and since he was inauguration day.
Well, that's perfect.
I haven't.
That's perfect. I've seen that too, Wendy. And I feel the same way. It's like, this is doing something. This is like, you're not home isolated and wondering if you're the only crazy one that thinks that this president's off the rocker. Because if you read our Republican friends' things on social media, they're clueless. Like, one of the responses I saw is like, well, that protest worked because there's still no kings. And it's just like, you know, whatever.
Right. Yeah, it's really something. It really is. You know, again, I felt hopeful. I felt good. It was so peaceful. There were 100,000 people plus, and not one arrest, not one problem. I think there were a couple of hecklers out there, right?
I don't know.
But I didn't see them. I wasn't going to respond to them. If we did, you know, see them, we weren't going to. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of, and the Republicans are still saying that. They're saying that somebody gave, I think, $3 million to pay protesters to come out. And if you divided that among us, it was like 49 cents each.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
to
want my
actually
49
believe
cents.
that 7 million people were paid to protest.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is why we're stuck with Trump level nonsense. Like seriously.
Totally.
But that's what they believe, because they don't, and then
Hey,
it's just, yeah.
I want to also give a shout out. We were out at a Friday night.
Yes.
We saw a great new art exhibit at the Walker.
Yes.
That runs till February 15th.
Yeah, check it out.
Whitehawk, love language. And was that amazing? I went there the night before with the day before with the media opening to it, and then I went to All My Relations Art, which had an opening too, which was amazing. All My Relations Art, we'll talk about that again this week, and that just started too. That was amazing too, Wendy.
Remind me the dates of the Walker. You have to get there.
The Walker lasts till February 15th.
February 15th.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's opened last Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. The artist is amazing. We actually got to talk to her, and there was a big program before we got to even go in to see the art. So it was really a very special
10,000 square feet of her art.
Yes.
Of the last 15 years from her career.
Yeah. And it's really just like Native American kind of abstract art that is just incredible. And looking at these art pieces, you just say, this is like thousands of hours of painstaking,
I know, drawing those long glass beads on everything.
It's just incredible. It's just really incredible.
I don't know if you saw Dr. Bean's skirt at the protest.
I did.
But it looked like she had that design on there.
She did.
With the long beads. And each one painted in or put in with tweezers or God knows what.
Oh, it's just so hard. I mean, yeah.
Hey, I want to switch gears too now.
Okay.
We only got like a minute left.
Sure.
I just want to say that, we're going to be out at Dayton's again. But this year, Wendy's going to be having her art out at Southdale during Christmas. And it's going to be amazing. You're going to have 10 original paintings, I believe, and then prints and things like that, and cards and stickers and all.
We're also going to sell some wild rice.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to sell some wild rice. I have some really nice earrings.
Yes.
That I made by hand.
That's right.
And
you're going to make some more.
We're going to have some cards and my artwork. Yeah. So my artwork is a little bit of everything. I'm kind of all over the place. I do some watercolors and acrylics, and I tried doing different styles. I haven't found like my niche, I don't think. So I'm just exploring with all kinds of different stuff until I'm totally inspired.
Wow. Hey, up next, we got Dr. Stately. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks for experiencing this weekend with me.
Resist, Froggy.
And we'll be right back.
The Minneapolis Police Department is hiring, and we're looking for people ready to lead, serve, and reflect the communities we protect.
Whether you're a new graduate, changing careers, or already in law enforcement, there's a path for you to join our department.
With top-tier pay, full benefits, paid training, and a direct path to making a difference, this is more than a job. This is your chance to shape the future of Minneapolis Police.
Choose service. Choose leadership. Choose Minneapolis. Visit our city website to learn more.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card, or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked, or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
All My Relations Arts presents Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer. This exhibition blends painting, poetry, and installations, inviting reflections on memory, culture, and healing. Join us for the opening reception Thursday, October 16th, 6 to 8 p.m. at All My Relations Arts on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. Matrilineal Memory runs October 16th through December 13th. Experience the unveiling of an exhibition that speaks to the heart. Learn more at allmyrelationsarts.org. Across Native communities, tradition and connection guide every step. Make voting a tradition, or MVAT honors that spirit, helping generations come together to shape the future of Native communities. By learning from each other and sharing knowledge through trusted relationships, MVAT helps build trust and make sure Native voices are heard. Voting is more than a right. It's a way to protect the needs of your community and build the future you want. Vote together, stand together. Learn more at makevotingatradition.org.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We have Dr. Stately on tonight. Geez, I've really missed you, Dr. Stately. I hope things are good. I hope you're doing well. I've really missed the last 2-3 weeks. I know you've had family stuff and you've also been traveling, and you're building a huge clinic on Franklin Avenue. So it's great to see you.
Yeah. I'm exhausted from all the pounding and the nailing. I'm joking. I'm actually not building the actual clinic. I'm just... I'm not building it, In fact, if I was building that building, I wouldn't want to go in it. I would trust not. It would fall down probably as soon as you open the door.
Well, you'd be buff. You'd have Popeye arms with all the hammering and the concrete and all that. What's going on? I just drove by there and I'm just totally amazed where it's at.
Thank you. I will tell you that some people say I'm buff now, but just so you know.
Yeah.
But more like chubby.
No.
But yes, no. Have you been there recently? We're already starting the third floor, and it's really exciting. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, we're the weather's turning. It was cold today, and like rainy, and it felt like the beginning of winter, like the suggestion of winter, perhaps. And I was like, I don't really like this a whole lot, but
no.
But we're trying to rapidly get it done. So a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I didn't make it to the No Kings demonstration. I kind of forgot about it. And I went and hung out with my niece, Natchez Bolio, who is a muralist, and she was one of the artist that was part of the group that did the new mural under the Hiawatha Lake Street underpass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. I was just so amazed at the beauty of that mural. And she was there finishing up some stuff, and I was I went to hang out with her for a little bit, and then we went to a relative's fire. One of our friends and one of our well-known elders in the community passed away this last weekend. And so I had forgotten about the No Kings thing until all of the protesters started walking past, getting off the bus and walking past, and it was I went back and looked at video. It was huge event.
It was really huge. And what's kind of exciting to me, I wanted to make sure I made Standing Rock because that was kind of my wounded knee. I'm too young for that. Then also growing up a block from Summit Avenue, I really witnessed as a very small child the Vietnam protests and how big those were from Capitol, from the U. And so I try to make all these because it's amazing and it's life-changing, and hopefully getting people out there like-minded makes us all feel better with what's going on here.
Yeah. I was disappointed that I had forgotten it, but I would have liked to have brought my children and my sons. So I was talking to them this weekend, though. I was like, you're 18 now and you got to get registered to vote. I'm going to make you vote in November. We're going to take you to the poll. And then I reminded them like I'd taken them, like I think when they were in first or second grade, took them for the first time with me to vote. And, they had like a little voting booth too for like the kids to learn, about civic responsibility. And so I was like, reminded them like, okay, you're voting. We're going to vote in the Prior Lake election because of specifically in the school board, because there's this fairly MAGA friendly gentleman running for school board that's going to sort of undo a lot of things. That school board dismantled their commitment to DEI last year. They rescinded their resolution around equity and inclusion last year. So,
jeez,
yeah.
I mean, we gotta. Yeah, well, we have to pick our battles definitely, or we get too spread out and we get sick, and so yeah, definitely, that's a battle that needs to be fought too. So, what else is going on with you? I know sounds like somebody's in the background's either tinkling or washing their hands. I'm not sure what's going on.
I think he was washing potatoes and now he's frying them. Or rinsing them. Yeah, now he's frying them.
Well, we could do a cook show after this with him. Maybe.
We could. I did ask him to wait, but he didn't. He's desperate for those potatoes.
Yeah, I know. I know how it can be, though. So I feel him definitely.
Things are going well for the most part. I mean, things are moving along really nicely on our clinic, the build out. And there's always something challenging to do. We had to rebuild the front part of our building, the walkway. We had to install a new sidewalk so that people could get in fairly easily into the front door of the clinic. Because I don't know if you've been there recently or not. I don't even think you've come to my clinic, actually, now that I think about it. But you visited it from afar, usually from the windows of Maria's.
They let me in though a couple times.
Did they? Oh, nice.
I was looking for you, but you weren't there. I don't know. I think you were working online that day.
No,
this was a while ago.
This was a while. I was gonna say, what was this, like 2020?
I think so. I think so.
No, but my office that I actually is above Maria's in the old Leech Lake space. So if you ever look for me there. What I was going to say was that we had to rebuild that sidewalk because like the original sidewalk is now part of the building. So we had to create a whole new walkway so that elders like yourself could, use their walkers and walk.
Yeah. Soon enough.
Walk, on the walkway without getting tripped. And so
I'm saving up on my tennis balls, so I know those are important for those walkers. So
yeah. And you know what? They sell those tennis balls at like the drugstores, and it's like, and they're expensive. And I'm like, how hard is it to buy like a regular tennis ball? And like, just cut a slice in it and put on your.
I don't know.
Like, you got to pay like extra for that, somebody to slice that tennis ball for you. Yeah. Anyway, so that's going well, and we're making some good progress there. We're actually ahead of schedule, which is good because we don't know what winter's going to bring, right? So
yeah,
one good polar vortex could like close us down for a whole week or so. So we're just trying our best to get it. We're going to get the corn shell built, the whole building, and then hopefully spend most of the winter and most of the spring and early summer building out the inside of the building.
Remind everybody what we got going here. I mean, we have first time listeners, and we're all over the country too. So
well, you can visit my clinic's website, which is the Native American Community Clinic. in Minneapolis, and the website is NACC, our acronym, -healthcare.org, and you can see there's actually a camera. You can click on the. We have this really cool thing where you can do like a time lapse camera. That shows you like where we.
We could link that next time. Shoot.
Yeah,
right.
there you go. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of very cool. You get to watch all the trucks come in, the people come in and up, and it's like it's like feels like a Roblox video, like the buildings. But it's those are going well, and
how many floors?
There'll be 6 floors altogether, 2 floors of new clinic. We're expanding from about 21,000 square feet or so to about almost 40,000 square feet. The dental clinic is going from 5 chairs to 12, which is 150% growth. The medical clinic is going from 13 rooms to 18 rooms. And then our behavioral health clinic is going from I think 5 offices to 8, so we'll get 3 new therapists. And then the thing I'm the most excited about is we are building this big, it's not huge, it's not anywhere near the size of the grandfather's room at the Indian Center, but it's 15 to 1,800 square feet community room where we'll do all of our traditional healing work, our traditional healing department and division employees. They all put on 2 or 3 ceremonies a month. We have workshops where you can make regalia and make the kinds of things that you would need to be able to participate in ceremony and those kinds of things. And that community center is focused and centered right at the front of the building. So it's one of the first things you see when you walk into the lobby. So it's you kind of see the community at work doing the stuff that they do. So it's kind of exciting.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where my gift shop's going to be, but we'll have to talk about that on the next.
Probably get some space across the parking lot.
In the basement in the parking lot. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we're with Dr. Stately, our friend, and we're catching up with him. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break. Please stay with us.
The Minneapolis Police Department is hiring, and we're looking for people ready to lead, serve, and reflect the communities we protect.
Whether you're a new graduate, changing careers, or already in law enforcement, there's a path for you to join our department.
With top-tier pay, full benefits, paid training, and a direct path to making a difference, this is more than a job. This is your chance to shape the future of Minneapolis police.
Choose service. Choose leadership. Choose Minneapolis. Visit our city website to learn more.
Across Native communities, tradition and connection guide every step. Make voting a tradition, or MVAT honors that spirit, helping generations come together to shape the future of Native communities. By learning from each other and sharing knowledge through trusted relationships, MVAT helps build trust and make sure Native voices are heard. Voting is more than a right. It's a way to protect the needs of your community and build the future you want. Vote together, stand together, learn more at makevotingatradition.org.
Minnesotans age 65 plus might qualify for Health Partners Minnesota Senior Health Options. The easy all-in-one plan includes personal support, coverage for medical, prescription drugs, and dental, plus many extra benefits. Eligibility information is available at healthpartners.com/oneplan. Health Partners is a health plan that contracts with both Medicare and the Minnesota Medical Assistance Medicaid program to provide benefits of both programs to enrollees. Enrollment in Health Partners depends on contract renewal.
All My Relations Arts presents Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer. This powerful exhibition blends painting, poetry, and installation, inviting reflections on memory, culture, and healing.
You think
Join
somebody
us
took one of your polo hoodies?
Thursday, October 16th,
Who would that
6 to 8 p.m. at All My Relations Arts on Franklin Avenue in
Well-
Minneapolis. Matrilineal Memory runs October 16th.
Are you just noticing it today? You didn't see your
Experience
cousins take
unveiling of
one?
an
Or
exhibition that speaks to the heart. Learn more at
stop letting people in your room.
allmyrelations.org.
A reminder to
today.
anyone who rides Metro buses.
You
that
can ask
means
Audrey,
the
text Audrey and ask her if she
ABCD,
took
gold,
it.
orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit. We've all seen the effects of wood smoke pollution this year, so before hosting that backyard bonfire, follow these simple tips to protect yourself, others, and the environment. Remember to give your neighbors a heads up before building a fire so those who find wood smoke bothersome can close their windows. Make sure to never burn wet or recently cut wood, other yard waste, plastic, or garbage. These things can be toxic when burned and create excess smoke. For more tips on how to burn responsibly, visit epa.gov/burnwise.
Greg Bakken here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Cloudy tonight with a low of 43. Then Tuesday, another chance of rain with a high of 47. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has the best roast beef sandwiches in the Twin Cities, but don't miss their other fabulous offerings like Philly steak, brisket, fish, and more. Maverick's is located in Roseville on Lexington Avenue, 1 mile south of Highway 36. Check them out at mavericksbeef.com. ATNF AM 950, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're here with Dr. Stately, CEO of Native American Community Clinic here in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and we're just catching up here a little bit, and we're talking a little bit about the clinic that's being built that he's CEO of, and really excited for the Native American Community Clinic to be finished. And you know, it's funny too. We were looking, Dr. Stately, Wendy and I, about going to a local clinic here. I won't say Fairview, but they are not giving out COVID shots, and it's pretty bizarre. The one we have to go. I don't know. Is there something going on with that since the president and RFK Jr. are talking smack about it, or what's going on?
Well, I think the bigger issue is like some places can't, some places will make you go to your pharmacy to get it, so you can get it. Like I got mine at my local Walmart pharmacy a couple weeks ago. I think I remember telling you that I wasn't feeling well, and that was like a result of actually getting my my COVID and flu shot on the same day. And we got it at a pharmacy, and it's covered by your insurance if you have Medicare, or if you also have some other private insurance. You have to pay for it out of your pocket. It's going to be very expensive. Since the emergency declaration ended over a year ago, like this time last year, I think actually it was in April. The vaccine isn't covered by the government. It's now something that your insurance company should cover. And that's going to be challenging because a lot of people are getting mixed messages about it. Like it's, Robert F. Kennedy took it off the list of coverable, and it's like, this is not a requirement anymore. Like you can choose to have it. So once you take something off of the, HHS's, formulary or list of required vaccines or required vaccinations, then insurance companies can decide not to cover it. And if it's a Medicaid or a Medicare, you're under like the government sort of like finance structure. Sometimes it'll impact that as well. He backed away from that a day or two after saying this publicly and announcing that. But I think some of the things that might be concerning and challenging for our communities is that, like, unless you are sort of like on top of the news, unless you're paying attention to things like that, you might still be operating under the perception like it's not something that's a covered thing. So I'm not going to, and I don't have insurance, and so I won't go get it, or my insurance isn't going to pay for it. It's just like one of the ways in which, like, it's a good example of like how, like, R.F. Kennedy, who is not a physician, who has never worked in healthcare ever, who doesn't have any knowledge or training of like how to operate a healthcare system or deliver care. Like, he's never done anything like that. He has absolutely no experience and training. And he makes decisions, he makes policy decisions, and he makes them, on X, and he makes them publicly, and he says all this, quite frankly, unintelligent and not well thought out comments about things like vaccines or other things like, the autism thing, or he makes these comments, and it has an impact on our public's understanding of where the government stands, where the Health and Human Services stands, where CDC stands on certain things. And then the American public has for decades relied on these institutions to give them good information, and he's giving them really faulty information, really poorly thought through edicts and directives, and that narrative gets out there, and then people don't ever hear like the correction or whatever. It's another way in which, like, the leader at the top, the CEO of the country, the president, is not doing his job, which is like, you don't speak and you don't say, I think the one thing that I find challenging about this president and this human being is, like, the man does not have an editor. He doesn't have an internal editor. Like, he wasn't born with one, or never got one, or maybe he broke it right away. Like, he breaks a lot of things. But the thing is that he just spews misinformation, and he spews like not well thought out ideas and plans. Or he'll say, I'm going to do this, but doesn't have a plan for how to do it. And it's just like, what I've learned being the CEO of a little teeny tiny clinic is, like, you don't say things wildly crazy in public until you have it well thought out, because it impacts people, it impacts their health, it impacts their livelihood, and he just keeps doing this thing, and the people that he puts into office are carbon copies of himself, so like little minions, and they just kind of follow him, and so it's problematic.
Well, you can bet that those two got their vaccine, but
God, you can absolutely remember, like, back when the pandemic happened, and he was just bad mouthing it and doing all of his bullshit. Sorry, pardon the French. I hope you had the bleeper there.
7 seconds later.
And he remember that when he got sick, he got everything, right? He wasn't drinking bleach, which is what he was telling people to do. He was getting great treatment, and he was okay. I mean, I got sick right after him. I ended up in the hospital. I remember saying to my doctor, I was like, I want what that guy got. Whatever that guy got, I want. Well, exactly. That's not available to you yet. You're not a dignitary. I said, I have a whole lot more dignity than he is. But the point being is that oh my God, it's just like, and I think one of the things that I have to pick, just for the sake of my sanity, I have to pick the things that I'm going to sort of kind of step into and, fight for. I have this, my kids played hockey in Prior Lake, so I have all these, white women hockey moms that I've like made friends with and became like Facebook friends and buddies with over the years. They gotta go through my Facebook and like eliminate them all and block them all because they say stupid stuff.
Oh, hey, you haven't been on the radio in a while here, Mr. Potty
It's
Mouth.
been a week or two.
I'm going to tell you, Bobby Wilson only swore once, and now you swore twice. So that's amazing.
Okay, but I haven't been on for 2 weeks, so it's really just, I'm making up for lost time here. So
yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. Thank Patrick at the mother station there. I'm sure he's in the panic button.
Anyway, like I've decided, like I got to go eliminate some of these people off my Facebook friends list just because they like say the most. One of them posted this stupid thing like, we didn't complain about, we complained about Obama and this and this and this, and at least and one of the things was like at the end of the thing, which like I was gonna comment, I was gonna be that person, right? Like, post back, like, call her a name and like a Karen would and all the other things.
You can do that anonymously.
Threatened to like meet me in the Walmart parking lot and we'll have a conversation about this.
Yes.
But I was like thinking about doing that, and I thought, you know what, I'm not even gonna waste my time. And then the other reason I'm not going to do it is because she just reposted something else that somebody else posted, and she couldn't think for herself and say her own comments. Right? So it's like, and it's like that to me, that is the thing that is problematic in this whole conversation, which is like you got MAGA morons, echo chamber, and it's like, and they just, all they do is like repost the thing that somebody else said that they don't even know, and they're like, and they don't like think, they don't think for themselves. This is the thing that I think I'm the most concerned about, is like, the Republicans and the Conservative Party for decades now has been dumbing down America by divesting in like education and doing like, and what you do is you get a country full of like sheep that don't know how to think, don't know how to articulate their own thoughts or ideas or feelings. They don't know how to interpret, the Constitution.
Well, what about our young ones seeing this and normalizing the last 10 years? Like your kids were 8 years old when this all started, and they don't know that, politicians used to get along and have coffee together, but we're trying to work out things for their own constituents instead of just this black and white crap that we have going on.
My kids could do a better job of understanding. And and the other thing I'm going to fault is like, and I'm going to take the blame for some of this as well. Like I could have done a better job of educating them and teaching them about civic life. Right. But they came of age in a pandemic. They came of age in all this chaos. And I'm trying to manage it all and run a health center and do a bunch of other things. I can't teach them every single thing, but guess what? Who should have taught them is that effer in middle school that taught them civics. Did they teach them the thing? They didn't teach them the thing, right? And so here's the thing, is like, that's the biggest challenge I have about all of this. It's just like, you make enough people completely unintelligent, unknowledgeable about like how our system of government works, and you can control them. And that's exactly what they've done. Right. Absolutely. And that to me is my bigger concern. So I keep telling my sons I say things like, get off Instagram, it's eating your brain, shit like that. So sorry. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, there we go again. Hey, Dr. Staley, great to see you. That was 4, and we'll take that out of your paycheck, and we'll fine you later here. So hey, thanks for coming on.
The FCC is coming after me.
Yes. Oh, thank goodness we have Patrick at the mother station. Thank you, Patrick. Hey, Native Roots Radio up next. We're going to have Dr. Kate Bean's speech from yesterday. We'll see you later.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis Air. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
A reminder to anyone who rides Metro buses. That means the A, B, C, D, gold, orange, or red lines. Remember to pay your fare before you get on. Either buy a ticket at your station's ticket machine, tap your go-to card or pass to the reader at the station, or activate a ticket on the Metro Transit app. Have your proof of payment ready to show to trip agents if asked or risk getting a citation. Thank you for your continued riding with Metro Transit.
All My Relations Arts presents Matrilineal Memory by hobby artist Michaela Schaefer. This powerful exhibition blends painting, poetry, and installations, inviting reflections on memory, culture, and healing. Join us for the opening reception Thursday, October 16th, 6 to 8 p.m. at All My Relations Arts on Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis. Matrilineal Memory runs October 16th through December 13th. Experience the unveiling of an exhibition that speaks to the heart. Learn more at allmyrelationsarts.org.
The Minneapolis Police Department is hiring, and we're looking for people ready to lead, serve, and reflect the communities we protect.
Whether you're a new graduate, changing careers, or already in law enforcement, there's a path for you to join our department.
With top-tier pay, full benefits, paid training, and a direct path to making a difference, this is more than a job. This is your chance to shape the future of Minneapolis Police.
Choose service. Choose leadership. Choose Minneapolis. Visit our city website to learn more.
Hi, this is Representative Sharice Davids from Kansas. I'm Ho Chunk, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio.
And we're back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and this is Native Roots Radio. Hey, I want to end the show here, get close to ending the show here, and I want to play Dr. Kate Bean's speech at the No Kings March on this past Saturday. So bear with me, and let's take a listen to Dr. Kate Bean.
And for Indigenous rights and justice, please welcome to the stage Dr. Kate Bean.
Epi, Washichu ia, Dr. Kate Bean, Imaki Apie, Dakota ia, Ahadipi Windeme, Wapai Pakshan Oyate Himataha, Yushkian Wachian Kapie. Hello, my relatives. In English, I'm known as Dr. Kate Bean. In my Dakota language, I'm known as Brings Them Home Woman. I am a citizen of the Bend in the River Oyate, the Flanders Santee, the Sioux Dakota, and I am happy to see you all here today. My Tiwahe, my family, comes from Black Dogs Village, which many of you know today as Egan. We come from Kaposia, known today as St. Paul, from Hayata Otume and Badema Kaska, here in South Minneapolis. I come from the people who were removed from this state under military guard. But my family has returned home. Here to Dakota lands to help remind everyone in Minnesota Makoche that as Dakota people, we have survived. And we continue to thrive. We continue to thrive despite attempts at extermination. My family worked with our community to restore the name Badema Kaska during the last Trump administration. We fought back against erasure, and we continue to stand in our power today. Indigenous people know firsthand what it's like to be silenced, to be removed, imprisoned, and killed by this country's government. But we will all remember that compliance is never an option when our relatives are hurting. So to hell with Minnesota Nice. As Indigenous people, this land And we all know firsthand how to resist, reclaim, and fight for our humanity. We fight for our existence. I stand before you today, and my children are here today as reminders that evil does not always win. We know that authoritarianism seeks to destroy who we are as Ikchewichashta, as human beings. We know the patterns of history. We remember what has come before, and we learn from it so that we can do better for future generations. The Trump administration is relying on compliance and creating an environment of fear and degradation. Today, we must support all of our relatives who are struggling through these efforts, policies, and practices of hate. I am here today as a tribal citizen, but I also serve as director of a space of refuge in St. Paul called the Minnesota Museum of American Art, also known as the M. As a museum professional, I work in a field that is under attack. Interpretive panels are being whitewashed and removed, and my dear colleagues' livelihoods are being taken simply for speaking the truth and creating space for others. As an arts leader, I know and I see every day how this administration is working to stop us from creating and dreaming together. The biggest threat to those who seek to destroy us is to take away our imagination, our freedoms to dream into existence, the world where we can all be our authentic selves, and where our children can thrive as critical thinkers. Last weekend, my museum opened an exhibition called Queering Indigeneity, highlighting the work of 16 queer, trans, and two-spirit artists from the upper Midwest. At the M, we partner with our indigenous queer relatives to know that they remain celebrated and loved in our communities here in Minnesota, Makoche. I ask everyone here to please support brave museum spaces such as ours who are refusing to be silenced. We need to keep our doors open through these difficult days where funding is being pulled for simply being brave and supporting humanity and the imaginations of those who dare to dream and inspire us into a better world. As a Dakotawean, I also need to remind you all whose land upon which you are standing today. De Dakota Makoche. Repeat after me. De Dakota Makoche. This is Dakota land. Please support our tribal communities and Native women who are running for office. Please support our tribal communities and organizations who are seeking land restoration and land back initiatives. My badass sister here, Peggy Flanagan, is running for U.S. Senate. I do not know a Native woman in Indian country, anyone who has served our people as much as our dear Lieutenant Governor has, who have served all of us over the last 150 plus years. My badass sister's Peggy for U.S. Senate, and my sister Shelley Buck for Minnesota House 47A. I am the mother to 3 fierce little girls, and I am so beyond excited that my daughters have these brave aunties to look up to here in our own homelands. So elect Indigenous excellence and support Native women leading us into the future on Native lands. Hiramayaye.
That was awesome. That was our friend. Dr. Kate Bean. Just so proud of her, proud to know her, and just an amazing speaker, inspiring, and just I just can't say enough. It was great, great hearing from Dr. Stately today, and also great from hearing from Wendy and all the great insight she had about this past weekend, and especially with the rally of the No Kings rally in downtown Minneapolis. A special shout out to all the other countries around the world that really supported this too. Sometimes we feel alone, and sometimes we need to see other people that agree with us in a good way, agree with how bad things are, and that we're not alone. And again, we're still here. We are a part of the seventh generation, and we're here fighting for our children and our children's children and their children. So again, thank you so much for listening to Native Roots Radio, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you are listening to the show, you are part of the resistance. From Chief Plenty Coops, the ground on which we stand on, it's sacred ground. It's the blood of our ancestors. We need to resist, divest, join a group, run for office, and vote, 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 vote. We're still here. We'll see you tomorrow.